You know what? Sometimes I realize that knowing ourselves is the first step to reach our dreams. Because if we don't really know what we want, how can we get there? How can we achieve that goals? How can my dreams become reality? So let me start with a little bit about myself. My name is Bagis Hairnisa. You just call me Bagis. Until today, I live with my family in Ligaja, South Chimahi. Actually, I'm the youngest child in my family. I have three older siblings. And being the youngest, sometimes I got spoiled. But honestly, being the youngest also feels a little bit challenging. At the same time, it gives me so many lessons. I can learn a lot from my siblings, from their experiences, but deep down, I also feel like I have this responsibility to do even better, to be someone they can be proud of. So being the last child have its up and down, but for me it's definitely big part of who I am. So talking about myself, I also want to share about my hobbies. Actually, my very first hobby since I was a kid is watching movies. Back in elementary school, I used to collect DVDs almost every week or every month. I saved my money just to buy new ones. I'm still proud of myself for that. I collected all kinds of DVDs like cartoon, Barbie, Barbie's cartoon, Marvel, action, but my favorite is horror movies. And until today, watching movies is still one of my favorite things to do. You know why? Because I feel like when watching movies, I can understand the message that the writers or producer want to share. And that's the powerful feeling. I think so. That's why I dream of becoming a film producer or a writer. Because I also want to share like a meaningful message to the world. Another hobby of mine is writing. I really enjoy it. Even until now, I'm still struggling to be consistent. I used to post some of my writing online, and when people read it, it feels so encouraging. I feel so amazing. And of course, I also love sport, but especially running because this year I really enjoy running in the early morning before the sun rises because it's really quiet. I'm just alone, and I think it's one of the best feeling in my life. So yeah, there are some of my hobbies, but of course, hobby are not the only thing about me. I also have some plans and big dreams for my future. The first is I really want to build my own YouTube channel. I love talking, sharing my experiences, and expressing my thoughts. Even it's feel like I'm just talking to myself like this. But I really believe that even small stories, when I want to share, can inspire or help someone out there. And sometimes by telling stories, we also understand ourselves better. Another dream of mine is actually related to fashion. Before I want, like being a film producer or writer, I dream of being a designer. When I was when I was in elementary school, I really loved drawing. And when I was in high school, I got a chance to design a logo for my product idea. It was such a fun experience. And as a Muslim woman, I personally feel sometimes it's hard to find a hijab that perfectly fits, whatever it's the material, the style, or the size. So, one of my big dreams is to create my own hijab brand. Something that it's not only beautiful but also comfortable for Muslim women. Yep. But if we are talking about dreams, I also have a big one with my sister. I want to travel around the world with her, especially to explore like different kinds of food because she's really have a good taste, really good at cooking, and I think it will be amazing to start our journey in Asia, like in Thailand, Japan, Philippines, before moving to other part of the world like Europe. And the last is I want to keep improving myself. I know everyone in the whole world want improving their life, but I want to live a healthier life, be more consistent, and use my time wisely. I don't just want to exist, I want to live in my life, have a meaningful life, and of course, make my family proud of my journey. And just do it what you want because this is your life. And you know what? The pain of doing nothing will always be worse than the pain of doing something. So just do it, bro.